Alright, welcome back to Northern Light Zoo. So, last episode we got the penguins in. They are enjoying their spacious little habitat here. Maybe a little extravagant for the very front of the zoo, but hey, it works. So today I want to expand off this way into the Black Forest section where we're going to have our flagship European DLC animals. As you can see, I've kind of got them all spaced out where they're going to go, starting with the fallow deer. But before we do that, I want to get in here and add a little something in this gap here. Now, it'd be very easy just to fill this with plants or maybe a little bit of statuary, but I want to take one of the new food counters here and put in a little coffee cart. So let's get this. How close to the edge can we get this and have it still work? I'm going to turn off angle snap so I can get a little bit better rotation on this. So I think we're going to put it right there. And as soon as I drop it down, it puts it directly into a group. So when I go into construction, start building, it is automatically all grouped together. Alright, let's see here. So I think I want to use this piece of this vertical wood plank wall set. I like it. It's very, very versatile. I'm going to turn angle snap back on. Pressing X to get into the advanced move. And I want this to be, the planks on this to be horizontal. So we're going to go kind of like this. Yeah, like that. So it's going to stick off to this side a little bit. We're going to put that down just a little bit there. I'm going to take the shorter piece on this side and make it line up. Right like that. It's these little precision bits of detail that really make this, that really make your builds pop. And I am looking at a little bit of reference photo for this. I'm actually looking at a Starbucks kiosk of all things. We're going to have this be like the little staff door that you can go through to get in and out. Is this going to be too big? I think, yeah, I think that's going to be too big. So we're going to go like that. Then like this for the back wall. Again, I don't want this to be too overly complicated. I just want it to look halfway decent. And the addition of the panel pieces to every building set is just like the best thing that they could have ever done for us. It's so wonderful. All right, so it's already looking good. So we just want to bring that like that. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so that's starting to look pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to filter this by the New World theme because I think that's going to have all the pieces that I want in here. I want this to be kind of like a modern looking little coffee kiosk thing. I'm going to turn off blueprints because there's a lot of them. I'm always downloading new stuff off the workshop. And we're going to filter that by architecture just so I don't have all those pieces to look at. No, I don't want the wall piece. I want these pieces here. Actually, I'm just going to duplicate this. I always like to just duplicate off a piece if I can. That way I'm not having to reorient something. Okay, so kind of like that. We'll take the shorter one. And I want to come up just a bit. Maybe not quite quite that far. Maybe like that. Making sure that the lines line up so that way it looks like it's a cohesive part. Maybe we'll bring that forward. Kind of like that. Sure, something like that. Alright, what else do we have? Our canopy, will that work for the top? Not quite. Okay, what I do want, we should have in here the opaque glass panel. Yeah, those will work. By 2, that's going to be too big, but that one will work fine. I'm going to use this as a countertop. We do already have a countertop on here, but I don't really like it. So I don't want it to be red, I want it to be white. Didn't mean to place that. Just hit X again. And I want the counter to be longer as well. So we're going to go to right. Like that. Then we're going to duplicate this, move it over till it's right. We're going to let that overlap just a little bit there, and then come out this far. Now one thing I didn't do is sink this far enough in, so I'm just going to select all 3 of these pieces, hit X again, and bring them down. That way the little pin pad and touchscreen stuff isn't all covered up. There we go. So now we have a little white countertop. All right, let's see. Actually, do I want to change any of this? No, I think I'm going to leave it like that. What I am going to do is take the countertop here, raise it up, maybe raise it up. I want a little bit of a higher counter back here. So one thing that can really make your builds pop, can really make them like come together a little bit more, is to work from reference photos. There's nothing wrong with Googling, you know, in this case, coffee kiosk, seeing something that makes you go, ooh, that's kind of cool. Or, hey, that'll fit well in my zoo, and then just kind of making that. So already this looks good. I'm liking it. And let's see what else we have. Is that, yeah, that's way too big. That wall, no, again, way too big. Did we get any clear glass panels? I don't think we got any clear glass panels. I mean, there's like a chance that would work, but no, it's still way too huge. Okay, I'm just gonna have to custom build that then. Oh, we do have clear glass panels. They're just, yeah, they're right there. Well, that's a 12 by 12. That's way too big. That's still gonna be too big. We're gonna go with the 4 by 2 on that. Yeah, something more like this. Is that... Well, that's way too big. What else do we have? There's gotta be... Oh, I bet they're not in the New World theme, that's the problem. I mean, that'll work. Yeah, we'll just let that extend out a little bit over. Okay, yeah, that works. It's not exactly what I was going for, but it works pretty well. Yeah, I like that. Modern. Definitely a new addition to the zoo, but that's all right. You'll see that, especially in older zoos. Old stuff, new stuff, all different mix of architecture. That's way too big. That's not flexi-color, is it? No, of course it's not. Darn. Alright, beams it is then. Oh, seriously? Oh, that's right. It's because... Okay, there's a better way to do that. We go to angle snap, orient it to the group, then rotate it into position. Yeah, that'll work better. Actually, I don't like that at all, so I'm going to take off the New World theme. What am I looking for in here? Round. That could work. Is that painted? That is painted, so that means that I can make that black. And, I mean, that'll... does that work? I don't know if that works or not. Let's see. Sure, that works. That works fine. And yeah, I think that's the best solution I'm gonna find here. So I didn't orient it to the group. So now I get to play with it by hand. Yay. I love it when I do stuff like this to myself. It's pretty close. Does that work? Yeah, that works. Okay. So that mostly looks good. Now I do want these large I-beams here in the back. First get them aligned to the group, then to what I'm building. And I want to actually use these almost like metal cladding on the outside here. Maybe I do want to go with the 4 meter for this. Yeah, like that. And then like that. Not like that. But definitely like that. And I don't really care what the back looks like, because I'm not going to be looking at the back. Alright, that works pretty well. These over to this side. And rotate this off like that. Always, when you can, duplicate rather than build something completely from scratch. Like if you've already built something, or just build half of something, duplicate it off and reuse it. There's no point in trying to remake the second half of something if the first half already works for you. Okay, so like this, I want to edge it with this. Yeah, kind of like that. Not perfect. I didn't get that lined up. There we go. We don't have one that's just the beam, do we? No, we don't. Hmm. Okay, so I can either deal with this or I can just incorporate it as part of the build. And I think I'm just going to incorporate it as part of the build. Like, we're just going to have the large metal thing. You know, the big square off the front of it, so yeah, that'll work fine. Just stop fighting what it's trying to be. And sometimes you get your best results that way. Yeah, that works. Then we'll duplicate this across. There. Pretty good. And I'm going to take these two pieces and just kind of sink them into here and get them to be a little bit more even. Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say that works pretty well. Put a screen back here. For like the menus and stuff. I might actually go ahead and make a full menu screen, or maybe I'll download something, put on there. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I think that works. Yeah. Okay, so the vendor's standing like in the countertop. I can fix that really quick, actually. It'll be better if this hangs over the edge a little bit. The only disadvantage is that now the guests will clip through it, but we're not really letting guests in the zoo right now anyways. Okay, so that looks good. All right. So our little coffee kiosk thing here has come out really nice. Yeah, like that. We're gonna now go ahead and fill in the edges around here. So as I'm always saying, the best way to make your zoo look and feel really realistic is to just fill your empty spaces. Fill them full of rocks, fill them full of plants. So I'm going to take just a few, not giant rocks. Yeah, that's a little bit better size rock. Turn off angle snap to make it stop doing that. Turn on random rotation. And I'm just going to stick a couple of rocks in here. So that works. And then plants. I want loads and loads of plants in my zoo. So I'm just going to fill this up around the edge with some flowers. Let's see what we have. Olive trees. We have olive trees now? Ooh. that tree. Oh, that's nice. Okay, gonna have to use that, but probably not in this space. Not yet. That's definitely gonna go in the fallow deer habitat, though. Let's get some of our periwinkle in here. This new ground cover that we have, I love it. It's perfect for this, just to kind of fill in these edges a little bit. Let the plants hang over the edge of the path just a touch. Kind of makes it look a little, not really unkempt, just like maintenance hasn't quite gotten to that spot yet. It adds just a touch of realism. Okay. So as you can see, just with the addition of just a little bit of planting, already this little spot looks like it was meant to be there. One thing I do want to add is going to be some of the signage for our coffee. Facility shop signs. There we go. I know we have some coffee signs. Straight Fox Coffee. Let's turn off random rotation so that it will align correctly. Do we want it up there or do we want it down here? I think we'll put it up here. All right. There we go. Coffee kiosk. Probably get incredibly hot under that glass with the sun beating on it all day. Probably would not want that particular job. Let's see, do I want... Nah, that's too... maybe in the back here. No. And... Oh, we have just like the little logo. Okay, that's kind of... Okay, that one's big. So that's new, isn't it? Can't remember if that's new or not, but I think we would want this back here. Why doesn't this one orient correctly to, all the other ones want to orient themselves correctly when you use align to surface. This one doesn't want to. Maybe we could fix that, Frontier. Yeah, there we go. So just a little bit of signage and kind of pops that out even more. Alright, that's cute. I like that. Alright, so next we're going to move off into this direction and we're going to start working on getting our train station in because I want an actual ride in here. So our little steam train, I'm going to go over here. Alright, so I attempted to get the 4x4, the train ride in. Not even sure which one I was originally going to go for, but I tried to get a transport ride in. I hate the transport ride so much, so no. It's not going to happen. I am still going to do gondola, move the station to right here, or station 1, and then station 3 will be up here. I'm not doing that right now. Just absolutely not. We're going to do badger. We're going to put in a little, cute little badger house. So, that's going to have some indoor, what is the new stuff called? I forget already. Property, with material. Let's filter it by stone. There we go. Get rid of the blueprints. It's been a week or so before I, at least since I've, played anything. European rustic. There it is. That's what I want. Step along.
Let's see if I do it like this. This is going to have some indoor viewing for the badgers, like an indoor burrow for them, and then that's going to go out into an outdoor yard, kind of a naturalistic area for them. Do this. So that'll be the indoor, and then that'll be a little, like, staff kind of area for them. Go put the habitat gate here. Put that in. And that'll work. Oh, why? Flat terrain on, that's why. Why won't it work? Why? Why are you obstructed? What's obstructing you? Ugh, okay, fine. Do it like that. I don't know why. I don't care why. It's called Planet Zoo Path System. Ugh. Oh, what did I do? Put that back. I wanted to change this to a null barrier. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not working very well. No, put it back. There we go. Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, I'm tired today. Filming this on a Wednesday, but it's actually my Friday, and oh my, it's been a long week at work. We have a new district manager at the store where I work, and he's coming for a visit, so it means our store manager, assistant manager, and everybody else, because, you know, retail, you know what rolls downhill, everybody is freaking out. Do I want it like that? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll change it. But yeah, everybody's freaking out, trying to get the store looking in good shape for the new district manager because, you know, kind of looked like a tornado went through it, but hey, that's retail in the time of COVID. We're understaffed. Yeah, so it's been interesting. I'm gonna get the fencing in here. Kind of like that. There. Okay, so that's pretty decent. It's Badger, it doesn't have to be Fort Knox or anything. And I would expect there would be, you know, a decent amount of fencing. You do want to keep them in. Doesn't have to be huge. In fact, I don't want it to be huge. But getting the paths to behave here is going to be difficult. What are you doing? What is this? Okay. Better. So much better. It doesn't like that. Of course it doesn't. Let's just set this to null barrier then. So that it will actually... Let's go with the line to grid. There. I like that. I don't like that. Ooh, we can go like that though. Okay, that works. It actually does work quite nicely. Why? He's annoying thing. Okay, fine. Go like that. I'm gonna climb up a little bit. One thing I don't like about the paths here is this weird bit where it's all like uneven and shit. So generally you will see something, a little bit of terrain like this being leveled out in a zoo, so I'm just going to go ahead, remove that path, smooth this really well. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat or anything, but I do want to get rid of the worst of that jaggy bit there. And set the path back to 8 meters. That's an 8 meter. Yep. And put it back in. It's easier to do this, to edit your path before you go and put a whole bunch of habitats and fixtures and facilities in around it. But that's much better. It doesn't have to be perfectly level, but it's not nearly so janky. And then we'll go back to 4 and connect that up right there. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I think actually have that like that. And I'm actually just going to set these barriers here. Barrier. So now what I did here with the path, I can actually get rid of probably. I'll leave it. Nah, not gonna leave it. Aligned good. Oh, stupid thing. Put a barrier back like that. Then go back to path. Aligned grid, come on. Then we connect that back up. Let's smooth that out. Yeah, that's a lot better. I like that. And we still have all sorts of weird stuff over here. I think I have Discord on loud for some reason. All these weird gaps and stuff. We're going to fill those in and make them part of the design. Alright, let's get the badgers in there. So, okay, let me look at Wikipedia. How many can we have? 1 to 7. Cool. We can have a lot of them. I like this. I don't care about stats or anything. I'm gonna grab, just about all of the ones that are in here. Alright, so that's 7, so that's the maximum. Let's send them all into here. I'll have to unpause that. Nice. Let's edit the terrain a little bit to give them a little bit more interesting stuff here. Smooth that really well. And let's put in a few of the burrows. There. Another one right there. That. Fix the terrain a little bit. And hit the terrain. some long grass here. And I want to give them a little pond. Why can't I go up one more? Why? Why? Okay, does it really need to be that deep just to be able to get... That is not much of a pond. Maybe we make it a little bit bigger, it'll be better. Okay. No, I hate it. Alright, screw it. They don't get a pond. They get a water trough. Or a water pipe. That's... yeah. There we go. That'll work. Okay, where are they? Is the game paused? Oh, I have not paused. That would be why. Wait a second, where are my badgers? Where is that long week? Alright, so I'm just going to paint out along the grass here. Maybe we'll leave some in here. Just leave this as a little bit of like a green, kind of grassy area right here. A few trees and bushes toward the back. Alright, let's get some trees in here. Decorate this up nicely. Temperate, taiga, and Europe. Tear the blueprints off. Love these Aleppo pines. They're just gorgeous. In fact, I'm going to do a whole row of them. Right along here. Smaller one. Ooh, I like that. A little canopy. And then under big trees, you do not have a lot of grass or anything. It gets shaded out. Yeah, like that. Each sapling, if you sink it into the ground, makes a great bush. Little details like this that really pop the realism in your zoos. I think I keep saying that, but this is what I mean. This really just kind of brings it out. Don't have to overdo it. Just layering a few different types of shrubs and bushes. Have a little bit of depth, and then from the outside, that looks really good too. Now we have a little more framing to our area here. Oh, we have our badgers. Probably need to put the glass in. And instead of trying to use glass barriers, I've pretty much just gone to using the glass panes. They don't look amazing. They're a tad too opaque, but they work really well, and they play with the paths much better than the glass barriers. I do wish we'd get some truly clear glass, though. So for this build, I'm looking at a lot of older European zoos. Looking at things like the Edinburgh Zoo, Colchester Zoo, that have been around for a very long time. So I do want this to have a little bit of an old feel to it, but kind of with some modern flair as well. Alright, there we go. So we have some indoor viewing. We have our outdoor viewing already starting to look really nice. There we go. We've got all 7 of our little badgers in here. Having the little hill kind of in the background kind of raises the animals up, makes them a bit more viewable for the guests. Again, just another way to kind of increase the realism. Get a little landscaping in here for them. Make sure you turn on random rotation. For some things like the bracken, I'll turn on align to surface. For other things like larger trees, I'll turn it off because otherwise you get them kind of at weird angles. Sometimes you want that, but usually you don't. So it's better to kind of do that manually. But things like ground cover, like these, what are these, cowberry bushes, you want to use align to surface. Kind of helps them conform ground a little bit more. And I want this to be pretty overgrown. Now some open areas here toward the barrier where people can see them really well, and then toward the back of the habitat, a little bit more bushy, overgrown stuff, so that way they have a little place to hide if they want to get away from the guests. They can do that. These dog rose bushes, I love this. I just frontier, more shrubbery. I need all the shrubbery. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna get a little bit of color in here. The dog rose, only the small one actually has flowers on it. Which I kind of like that. Like, we have a little different option. Not just 3 different sizes, basically the same plant. It's a little pop color. Let's see what else we can get in here. Let's see what else we have. Oh, the periwinkle. Yes, we need the periwinkle. Ah, it's so cute. Yeah, that's the only issue with the line to surface. Sometimes you get stuff like that. Alright, I love it. And right here, this little gap in the path, just gonna kind of fill it in. Just gonna make that a little spot of periwinkles. And might be a tree there as well. That's a big one. That's a huge one. That's even bigger. And even bigger. So I want to do an oak right there. I want to do a tree. Oh, I want to plane. Forget that we have these now. That'll do. And now, it looks like that gap in the path was intentional, because it actually was. Embrace the gaps in the path. I can't stress that enough. Just embrace the gaps. Learn to love them. Learn to work with them. And your builds will come out so much more realistic, and you'll save yourself a ton of frustration. Alright, let's get a roof on this building here. Get this finished up. Alright, the question is, what sort of roof do I want? Let's filter this by the year pack and see what came with it. We get a roof set? We did not, we just got the wall set. Huh, interesting. Alright. Okay. See what's gonna look best with this. I used it over here. So basically flat roofs and slate. Should I just go with the flat roof? I mean, that would be the easiest. Just be a flat concrete roof. I mean, that's what I have on the penguin house. Sure, why not? This works. Yeah, that's easy. Put a little curve here just to kind of edge this out. Cover up a little bit of the stuff there. Also put that kind of like that. That way it just makes it look like there's some anti-dig. That is one thing you would have with badgers, would be, you know, pretty extensive anti-digging. So that might be something that we need to add along the edge here. And so kind of like that. Doesn't look too terrible. Classic theme. Let's see what we have. We have any good pillar column type stuff to add to the sides. Not like that though. I like that? Not really, no. But I kind of like that. That doesn't quite fit. No, that doesn't quite work. It's a shame we don't have any, any pillars or anything. Yeah, kind of like that. That works well, so we have our anti-dig. Looks good. Not that you would require much anti-climb for badgers, but you know what? They are badgers. They do climb, so. Let's see, so I might replace this fence panel here with something custom built. What do we have? 4x4. So let's build this up here. Iron. Now do. What am I looking for here? Where did I know? These are them. Yep, these will do. Don't want the small one or the large one. Go with the large one. Put these in a group. Duplicate that. See, so I'm just going to take the 1 meter here. Just going to make a little custom overhang. Do you believe I saw Simply Savannah do something similar in her European Badger and Lynx build, so I'm kind of stealing it. Okay, no, put that back. Overzealous with the button there. That's more like it. Kind of just like that. Does it have to be perfectly lined up? No, it does not, but am I going to make it perfectly lined up? Yep. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to hide that spot. One of the best things you can do when you're putting a build together, hide crap. Just like this. There we go. This is maybe a little intense for badger fencing, but it's fine. This habitat was repurposed for something else. Okay, now if I'm going to use this as fencing, I actually don't need those pieces right there. Duplicate this. First, I'm going to take my barrier, select the whole barrier, and I'm going to set it to null. I'm going to pause so that way critters aren't escaping on me. Duplicate. Put that right like that. I like that. We'll do this. All the way down. Don't have to too much right there. There it is. That's perfect right there. What I'm doing so that I can duplicate large chunks of this at once is I'm taking the groups that I've already made and making them into bigger groups. You can really only do this, I think, with non-gridded pieces, but it's extremely useful because now I can just duplicate the whole thing off, move it over, put it right where it needs to go, except for this one corner. I'm going to have to custom build this corner here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a custom thing on the corner there. Not going to worry about it right now. So the advanced duplicate tool. Like that. Just remove the extra pieces that I don't need. And same thing. make that group and that group part of the same. So I'm just gently move this around until it's lined up down where I want it. Alright, let's make this corner look right. How do I want to do this? Goes in. Like this. Yeah, this will work. I think it'll mostly work. We have to do, because we don't have any triangular mesh piece, which Frontier, if you're listening, triangular mesh pieces, please. Those over. Duplicate these pieces to fill that gap. We're not totally on the correct world axis. Oh, Planet Zoo, why do you do this to me? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's just fine. It's not, but I'm gonna make myself believe it's fine. There we go. I should be able to come in with a panel here. Rotate it to fit. And slide this into place. Just like that. Yes, there's a gap there. Use your imagination that it doesn't exist. And we'll fill in the gap right there. Perfect. Yeah, sometimes just doing some custom fencing makes all the difference. We'll do this from back here. Get out of here. Grab this. Advance duplicate. Get rid of the unnecessary pieces. I do want to try to keep the piece count down, just that way I don't completely overpower my poor computer here. shower. I had to go give myself corners, didn't I? That's not too bad. Not worrying about these tiny little gaps here. I'm not going to be looking at them that closely. Not, really not. I just think that I am. That section. Fix that real quick. Looks pretty good. Oops, I left a pole behind. Is that right? That back where it goes. That sticks up too far into there. As much as I don't do it like this. Let's use the 4x2. Yeah, that'll work. Yep, this is the one that's gonna work. Down. There we go. One last thing to fix up here. This piece, these little details are what make or break a zoo. So that looks pretty good. Take these pieces here. And make sure I get all of it. Duplicate. Not like that with the correct axis. Just finishing the last little details. That. And adjust these one more time here. Good. Alright, that is close enough. It's not going to be obvious. It's not going to be noticeable. I told myself this to make the compulsion to make it absolutely perfect stop. Because, yeah, when you back away from it like this, it's just fine. Okay, cool. I'm going to take this, shove that over there because I'm going to use it again. Might put this piece in the workshop too. Alright, so European Badger. Let's unpause this, let these guys kind of roam around here. A little more in their habitat. Some bedding. Here, because we do want them to come in here and use this. And let's see. Badger. What kind of enrichment do we have for badgers? Alright, we have dog ball. We have set marker. Oh, we have a tennis ball. Stick that up in there. Another one in here. Just kind of hide things around. A skittle feeder. Let's put one of those in here too. A tennis ball. Alright, so I think that's about it. I don't really care for the sprinkler one. But we have badgers moving around, happy. Do a little bit more in here, just kind of detailing it out. Putting some flowers just around there. Little water area. Turn on the rotation so it doesn't look like crap. With one more tree just right there. What else do we have? Oh, ivy. I want some ivy. This building. Look a little bit older, kind of overgrown. Yeah, kind of like that. Get a little bit going around here. And some ivy here on the outside of the building too. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Get a little more. Alright, that looks good. So we have our badger habitat in here. Need to come in and fill in the gaps in the path. Not a big job for that. So let's start here. Immediately come to the left. And we come to our badgers. We should maybe get some signage in here. Signage, not statuary signage. What do we have? Metal. Did we not? Oh yeah, that's right. It's under lighting. Maybe not. Okay, where are those badger? There we go. Oh, that's cute. I like these light pieces. Yeah, we did want some signage for the zoo itself. Let's see, where here. One particular signpost that I'm actually rather partial to, if I can find it. Not that one. That one. This. And if you use line to grid, it will basically align itself. Or align to surface. Not align to grid. Basically align itself. Move it just a little bit. Put on a couple different signs. Okay, we're going to call this Black Forest. I like to set that to that font. Just looks a little. Alright. And then also off this way is going to be our land islands. That did that not take? There we go. Take this, make it a group. Move the whole thing, and I'm going to stick it right there. Alright. So we have some signage in. We have our badgers in. Looking great. Moving on. Next up will be probably our fallow deer. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please leave it a like, comment down below, let me know what you think, and think about adding in some modded species. There's really, really nice 1.8 mods up on the Nexus, so let me know what you think about that if you'd like to see some modded content in here. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, if you'd like to be notified when I do post a new video. Please hit that bell notification. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.